The band Lady Antebellum changed their name recently.
The country trio formerly known as Lady Antebellum apologized to fans last month for, quote, blind spots they say they didn't know existed. They announced that they were changing their name to Lady A in an effort to remove any association with slavery.
The best part of this, they're like, what? It's like they woke up one day, they was like, whoa, 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 Lady Antebellum makes people think of slavery? Since when?
I've never heard the word antebellum in any other context.
All right?
Like, I never heard, like, yo, this food is antebellum. Yo.
Anytime you say the word antebellum, in the back of your mind, you hear strange fruit. Like, this is not a fun word.
No, not at all.
They were changing their name to Lady A, but that name is actually already in use by this artist. Anita White is a 61-year-old blues singer. She has released multiple albums under the name Lady A. The singer and the country trio were holding talks. They were trying, but they ultimately failed to come to an agreement on how they might both use the name.
I will pay good money to have been at their lawyer's office the moment they found out who Lady A was. Because they were like, yeah, who cares? Just take her name. They was like, this might be a problem. This might be a problem. you might want to look at her YouTube. Like, yeah. And now to give us the inside story, we've got the real Lady A in the virtual building.
That's right.
Lady A, how are you doing?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are y'all doing?
We're good. We're good. And we're trying to help right now get your story out there because, you know, this whole ordeal of Lady Antebellum trying to be woke and changing their name. And it's kind of ironic that they're trying to be like, oh, we're allies to black people. And they're basically trying to destroy a black woman's work and identity. How do you feel about this? This is kind of surreal.
You know, it's ironic that they want to be woke, but at the same time, you only want to be partially woke. They called me after Rolling Stone magazine called me. That's the only way you know about me. Then the management company and Hillary started reaching out to me. I finally decided to reply. First thing I said was, I do not want to share the name. Right. What does coexistence look like? Nobody would answer that specific question.
Right.
So then we got off the phone with the lawyers and said, let's talk artist to artist. That, you know, they wanted to talk. That was them. They wanted to talk. Okay, we'll talk. So myself, my producers, John and Dexter, we all got on the call with them. And that's where you see the little smile and Zoom call. But I still said, I don't see how coexistence is going to work because as soon as you put a CD out as Lady A, you're going to wipe me off social media.
Exactly.
You're going to wipe me off of Amazon, iTunes, and Spotify. I was very specific about what it is that would happen. So I needed specifics as to how this was going to work because they kept saying, oh, don't worry. You're not going to get buried. Don't worry about it. You're not going to get buried. So then we go to contracts. We get a contract from them. It says, we're going to give you our best efforts to make sure you don't disappear.
That's
so funny to me.
Listen, we're familiar with contracts and lawyers and stuff, and when they start talking like that, that's when you're like, whoa, hold up. I need something a little more solid.
Right.
You know,
my senses went up.
Exactly. Oh man.
So when they weren't giving us, because I said in the meetings on the Zoom call, I said, look, if I'm going to give up something, okay, so why don't you be Lady A the band and I'll be Lady A the artist?
Yeah.
That way when people type it in, I mean, that sounds reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Right? Crickets again. So then John said, well, maybe why don't your management company take Lady A under y'all's management company? You rebrand her. Y'all, that way y'all are helping her out. I mean, we're all talking about Black Lives Matter, right? That's where the conversation came from. I mean, John, you can take it from there because after that.
Right. You know what? Lady Antebellum was more concerned about their image than they were Lady A's identity, right?
True.
What they're trying to do, they're trying to erase Lady A's identity and her image just to protect their image, right? We're not doing that. We're not doing that today or tomorrow. Right. So we gave them solutions to their problem. It wasn't Lady A's problem. It's their problem. Right. And so and they they dismissed all of them by not responding.
Not to get too deep, it's kind of a parallel of how black people are treated by America. The idea of how the erasure and just but you don't matter until you can help them in some way. And just even the idea, to even get further, the fact that they're trying to steal your name and they clearly did not know your history, because it's not just you're a singer, you're an activist out here. You made songs about Trayvon Martin. You made songs about George Floyd. You've been out in the streets. You've been doing the work. And for them, that's what makes it more egregious. The fact that you put so much work in building your brand, doing work in the community, and they're just going to come and just squash that out.
Just because I don't have 40,000 fans,
mm-hmm.
the 4,000 I have, or the 400 I have, or I wouldn't care if I only had 4.
Right.
They mean something to me because they helped me get where I am today.
But have you been on social media and seeing like Black Twitter's reaction to this? Like everyone's like retweeting your links. Everyone's like, yo, follow her, stream her music. It's become, now it's not just like a battle of you versus Lady. It's like all of us got your back. And now it's just like, yo, protect Lady A. Like people, like it's just on the internet. People just like, nah, we ride with Lady A. So listen, Black Twitter got your back. We ain't letting it go down like this.
We not letting it happen on the #1 show late night. It's not going down. Fuck out of here.
I had already been grinding before they were born. That's what gets
that
me.
part.
Yeah, that's what gets you. That,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you've been,
and your name is Anita. Your name is Anita. Lady A makes perfect sense. I'm like, yo, fam, you can't change your name from Lady Antebellum to like, yo, the slide whistles or whatever.
Anything else.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, why did they have this conversation? I don't know. Day one when they chose the name Lady Antebellum? Like,
wait a minute, and they're all from the South.
Nobody in the room was like, guys, I think this might be problematic. Like, no, they were like, yo, let's go.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Fuck it. The second, if that name doesn't work, we're going by Mason Dixon. Like, no, you can't. You got to work here, people.
Black people, indigenous people, people of color, we've had our artistry, our music, our language, our culture, and our names taken from us.
Mm-hmm.
You can't continue to take from us, because if you're going to be an ally, you need to put some power behind your words. Yep. You're going to be an ally. Sometimes you got to give up something.
Yeah.
Right. You know, listen, y'all, one of the questions that was asked in one of our other interviews is they asked Lady A, what are you going to do if the suit that Lady Antebellum filed against you, what are you going to do if you lose? Right. Listen, my response to that is Lady A cannot lose, because you know why? We are Black people. We are people of color. This fight doesn't end with this suit, right?
Oh, you know that's right.
Listen, even if she loses the trademark dispute or whatever, listen, she's won the war because she's standing up for injustice. So the next generations that come after us, listen, they're going to know to stand up. And you know what? What's happening now is, listen, we are in this moment of protest and this movement. We got social media on our side. We're seeing injustices happen in real time, right? Right. As soon as something happens, man, we get our phones out. We got the cameras out. We giving names to these ladies. Karen, Kevin, Kyle, we calling them out.
And let me highlight y'all for a minute. I am the real lady.
Oh, there it is.
Let them know. Let them know. Show it right there.
Let them know. Right? That's the trademark right there. That's the trademark.
Listen, if you're gonna get reports about, yo, who's driving around the Bronx blasting Lady A? It's gonna be like, yeah. Just me and the homies in front of the project smoking weed, like, yo, this Lady A is hitting, bro.
It makes me feel so good when young people, young men and women like my music.
Exactly. Listen, when it's good, it's timeless. You know what it is. You know what it is.
Yeah.
When the vocals is coming out and they say it's a different energy. You know what I'm saying? The soulfulness in it is different.
Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna hear it in the Target.
Yeah, you know listen, these ain't TikTok songs. These are real songs. Like when you hear her singing, you like, she put her foot in that. You know, it's the real.
One day I'm gonna learn how to use TikTok.
Listen, you and me both. Because listen, that thing, I'm looking at it. I'm like, what's this button do? I don't know.
I don't even know what that stuff does.
Oh,
thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Lady A, thank you for taking time. I know your schedule is super busy. Thank you for taking time to talk to the #1 show in late night. And we got your back. And hopefully when this is all said and done and we're back in the studios, maybe you come through for a live performance. Maybe we make that happen. So listen, Lady A, keep fighting the good fight. We hope you good. We got your back. Enjoy the rest of the day, Lady A.
Thanks, boys, y'all, for the real Lady A and the real John Oliver.
Real John Oliver. Give it up for the homies. Keep doing your thing.